Well, David, you've been making movies since, what, 1975, and listen to your demographic. It's incredible.
I know. Thank you,
just
Will.
a tribute to years. All those years of filmmaking finally paying off. They're treating...
You have to get to be almost 70 before it works.
You started making movies when there were the Beatles, and now they're treating you like the Beatles.
Yeah, well, I
who's
have
your
a little
friend
help
anyway?
From my friend. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm thrilled to have you both here. I guess that's widely shared in this audience. I noticed when we walked in. The movie is... I couldn't tell if it was modern or if it was like where exactly we were, because all of it seemed to be happening like yesterday in my newspaper. I don't know how you did that.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't me. It was the writer Don DeLillo. You know, he wrote the book about 12 years ago, and at the time, I think there was one review in particular when the book came out that said these scenes in the book of people protesting on Wall Street and protesting the New York Stock Exchange and capitalism are totally unconvincing.
So far-fetched.
That could never happen. Yeah.
Right.
And then, so now we're shooting the movie, Occupy Wall Street is happening, we're shooting scenes of exactly that in the movie. We have a scene where Rob's character gets a pie in the face from an anti-capitalist, sort of stalker, and then 2 days later, Rupert Murdoch gets a pie in the face. So it was bizarre, it was
and
spooky.
more darkly, assassination as a route to fame is very much...
Well, that's been around for a long time.
The new sex tape.
Yeah.
Now, if you could combine the sex tape with the assassination, there you've got something.
I think it's been done. I think it's called a snuff film, right?
Well,
that was
I remember when people
Sorry.
were trying to find those, and they never could quite find. I think you have to make it yourself.
So how did you crazy kids get together?
Dating service.
Brought to you by Match.com. How did the conversation begin?
I got an offer for the movie out of nowhere, and I was like 3 weeks. There's 3 weeks left of shooting the last Twilight movie.
That was that movie about vampires, right?
Yeah.
Kidding.
And I read it and I kind of loved it, and then I suddenly realized afterwards what the implication of getting an offer for a movie was, where you actually had to do it afterwards, and it terrified me. And I couldn't even, because actors, you spend pretty much your entire career bullshitting directors or bullshitting everybody,
right,
to make out that you know what you're talking about and you know what you're doing when you know nothing. I knew David had done the script, and I knew about his work and kind of how he was as a person. I knew I couldn't really bullshit him. So I was terrified of even making the phone call saying yes or no. So I basically called him up and said, I don't know what it's about, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know why you offered it to me. It was just like...
Way to sell. And I bet your agent loved that.
And I said, you're the man I want.
Now,
receptive.
In return to getting a yes out of him, it looked like you locked him in a car for about, I don't know, a month or so.
I think there are a lot of people in this audience who wouldn't mind doing that. I got there first, sorry. But of course, it wasn't a real car. It was a kind of Lego modular, 24 pieces come apart. You can split it sideways and lengthwise, and the top comes off. And it was a lot of fun. I mean, that aspect of it was a lot of fun, and I really liked...
Well, shooting it, but I mean, you're trapped in that seat.
Yeah, but I mean, eventually you kind of... The thing, I think James Gandolfini was saying, like, if he would try and make every scene, try and figure out a way to sit down in it. Like, it's a really good tip as an actor. Everything becomes easier as soon as you sit down in a seat. Like, you know, you should figure out every single bit of blocking just to have a seat in it. And if not a seat, a bed is even better.